I think we can all agree that playtime or break time is vital to a successful school day, and not just for the children, but for the staff too. Playtime support children's well-being and are essential for their social development. Play helps children develop skills in coping with challenge, facing uncertainty, being flexible and adapting to different circumstances. It's the building blocks for positive interactions with their peers, establishing confidence and coping abilities. Hi, I'm Natalie from MyProgression, and this video is going to explore playground etiquette. As staff in a school, we need to prepare for playground duties. You may be a permanent member of the school, on a long-term contract, or an emergency booking, but being prepared is key. Whatever your situation, we want you to be equipped and aware, and we hope this video will support you. If you're part of our valued supply staff, we want you to be prepared for all eventualities when entering a school. We know you'll have lots of questions about the day's routine, but remember to ask about your duties, as there's nothing worse than being told 2 minutes before playtime that you're on it. So just ask, will I be on duty today? Will another member of staff be with me, or am I on my own? What time is it? And how do things work? Will there be an opportunity to have a bathroom break before or after the children's break? As you'll already know, all schools work very differently. It's expected that all staff will take responsibility for a break within the school week. The Teachers Union, the NEU, state that teachers may be reasonably directed to supervise pupils during break times. In the NEU's view, supervision should be on a rota basis, with all staff, whatever their level of seniority, taking their turn. Although all staff are on call in case of an emergency, it would be unreasonable and unnecessary for all staff to be involved in break time supervision. Staff on a rota duty should in addition be given the opportunity for a short comfort break. On a longer term booking, you may soon get into the school routine and be on the rota, and so very quickly get into the swing of how things are done. In a secondary school, that may include bus duties, morning breaks, possibly some lunchtime supervision too, as well as monitoring the exit of the children from school and the catching of public transport home. For our short-term or emergency bookings, it's possible and likely that you will be allocated a duty. Sometimes it can feel as if the supply teachers do that little bit more. If you feel that you're being overloaded with duties and you're struggling to manage, speak directly to your line manager. Whatever type of booking you have, there'll always be that chance that you may end up on a duty. Take this as a positive, as it really does give you an opportunity to get to know some of the children, as well as the children getting to know you. You're suddenly visible to a good proportion of the school. On a practical level, be prepared. Have you got your coat and hat and gloves in cold temperatures? Have you got a snack and a drink, a bottle of water or a travel mug with a lid for safety reasons? Do you need a whistle? It's always worth having your own, as you don't want to be using other people's. Here at MyProgression, we are putting together a list of what you should have in your bag. So if you have any suggestions, pop them in the comments below. And whilst you're there, like and subscribe to keep hearing more from MyProgression. If unsure of the playground routine, ask another member of staff, or even the children. They do it every day. So can someone tell me what happens at playtime? Is there a ball, or do the teachers use a whistle? How do you line up? If you are on duty, it's well worth getting your class and yourself ready to go out so that you, as the on-duty adult, is on the playground to supervise the children from other classes. Pack up a few minutes early and send your class for their coats, and then all ready to line up and walk out. When on the playground with the children, walk around and observe what's going on. As it's often outside of the classroom, you see different things in children. That quiet little girl you taught in Year 3 is an excellent dancer with leadership abilities. You observe as she organises a routine with her friends. That child you taught in Year 8 seems to be on their own. Are they okay? Why not talk to them? Make sure you're seen at all times, as from a safeguarding point of view, you need to be visible. Look at playground duty as an active and important part of your role. Smile and be friendly, an approachable face to the children. Watch what's going on, and as said before, intervene if you need or want to. Playground duty is not passive. Don't be tempted to just stand or be drawn to other members of staff for a catch-up or chat, which I know is so tempting. You need to have that sense of responsibility towards this time, as so much can occur within this time of freedom away from the classroom. Now, we all know that break times are the time for children to let off steam. They've been concentrating for a good amount of time, and so a bit of freedom and fresh air, along with a good run around, can be what some need. Some will be playing football, some tearing around playing tag, some just trying to have a chat and catch up with friends. Monitor and intervene if necessary. Stop, feet on the ground, be careful when chasing each other as you nearly knock someone over. Slow down or find something else to do. We really don't want any accidents today, do we? Or, should there be 2 footballs out? I was told 1 football, so we need to decide whose turn it is. Can you help me? There are always a few bumps and knocks in the playground. You may be first aid trained, but find out what the school protocol is by asking. If there's another member of staff with you, they'll be able to help you, or again, the children will know. Sometimes it's just a comforting word that makes things better, isn't it? Oh, I saw you trip. I think you're okay. Let me have a quick look at you. On the other hand, that bleeding nose and bumped head needs to be seen by a first aider, so you will approach things differently. Let's get you looked at straight away. Go to Mrs. Clark and she'll help you feel better. You're really brave. It's horrible bumping heads, isn't it? Use your judgment over incidents, but it is better to have injuries checked out, as the school will then report back to parents or carers so they're aware of what's occurred. Many schools are situated in built-up areas like housing estates, and the perimeter fences are often surrounded by public paths where members of the local community or anyone could be walking. Whilst on duty, and whilst the children are socialising and playing, there are risks all around. So this is where we would ask teachers and support staff to be active in their supervision of playgrounds, being aware of possible safeguarding issues. Whilst being safe and safeguarding are linked, they also have different meanings. Being safe is trying to limit the physical dangers. So you may say, use the other equipment today, not the balance frame, as the wood's very wet and it's slippery. We've had 1 injury today and we certainly don't want any more. Let's hope it'll dry for tomorrow. If you notice, in all the statements I've used today, I've not said the word no or used negative language. I've always given instructions. See our video on should we stop saying no if you want to understand why I'm doing that. Safeguarding, on the other hand, is the action that's taken to promote the welfare of children and protect them from harm. Safeguarding means protecting children from abuse and maltreatment, preventing harm to children's health or development, ensuring children grow up with the provision of safe and effective care. And see our safeguarding series for more information. These responsibilities continue when on duty, and you must be aware of behaviours and incidents that may not be acceptable. Girls, who are you waving at? Did they speak to you? Invariably, it's a relative or a big brother, but certainly don't encourage it. Why not say, you'll see them later, come away from the fence please. Has that car been parked there all lunchtime? And someone reports they think they're being filmed on the person's phone. Report it straight away to the designated safeguarding lead or a senior member of staff. Monitor the boundaries and behaviours of others outside the school grounds. Being aware is key. I'd love to hear of anything extra you think we can add to playground etiquette that will support your colleagues in this role. So pop any helpful advice in the comments below. I've been Natalie from MyProgression, and let's keep your career in motion.